All right, Leo, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the 9th of November through the 15th. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. So if you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below. All right, Leo, so this week we've got a lot of easy aspects, actually, all things being considered. We did have those fast-moving planets go into unfriendly territory last week, but it is nice to have these nice, easy aspects within the context of that. And, the planet placements, with Venus in debilitation, Mars in unfriendly territory, the Sun in debilitation as well. It's all about bringing balance to those particular areas of life. And, but with these easy aspects, it certainly can be, a lot easier to do. So the first thing happening this week is that Mercury is changing signs, going into your third house of communications, of socializing, of learning, of writing, reading, sharing information in general. And that is where the new moon is going to take place this week on Wednesday. So involving your ruler, usually it is, especially you Leos, notice the dying down of energies, the more subtler energies of the new moon. And then as the next 2 weeks unfold and the next 6 months, continued growth and expansion and those new beginnings sprouting into things involving the social, communicative, learning, aspects of life. It's really a great week for doing any type of writing. If you've been thinking about maybe starting a book or some sort of journaling or something like that. It could also be reading if you've been thinking about picking up a certain book and doing that sort of thing, socializing, getting in contact with like-minded people. Great week for that kind of stuff. And it'll be subtle though, and then over the next couple of weeks you'll notice a lot of that sort of snowballing. So with Mercury here on Monday, I think naturally to just start to think more about it. There is that mercurial energy. Mercury is actually very well placed in Libra, which is nice, and he was exalted before in Virgo. So things involving those, one-on-one connections in terms of the communication side of things in Libra could be going quite well. So that's the high point, the focal point of the week. Now, what's so nice about it and what's really forming all of these easy aspects in the transit graph for most of them is this new moon and Mercury being so close by. Essentially what we have is we've had this trine between Jupiter and Pluto taking place, and now Mercury and this new moon are sandwiched right in between them, creating the double sextiles from both of those points. So with that, with these new beginnings, there is a lot of positive energy. With Jupiter, this has been about you. It's been about your goals, your ambitions, your drives, expanding your horizons generally, and seeing the optimistic aspects of life, seeing the overarching aspects of life. So that could be quite nice this week, really supporting those third house new beginnings, as well as the depth and intensity and transformation that's been taking place with the more self-expressive aspects of life. You've had Pluto in that sixth house, helping you change the way you express yourself on a deeper level, connect to your passions in a way that's really meaningful to you. And that energy is quite supportive as well. So that's where most of those energies are. It's involving, again, that Mercury and the new moon. So bringing in the positive, assertiveness, the drives, the first house energy, as well as your self-expression could be a great way of working with these new beginnings around the social and intellectual aspects of life. So that's the key. And then, within that, on Thursday, we do have Mars going over the North Node, which is all about changes to the life path of the second house for you. Recently, you had Venus and Mars go into the second house. You've had the North Node here for the past 2 years. So it's been now lately a much more mundane, a much more everyday occurrence involving your finances, perhaps, involving the more material aspects of life, enjoying the simple pleasures, understanding more about your values, pursuing your values, and with Venus, enjoying them. But that's been an overall energy for the past 2 years. So it's been a time for you to really set those, intentions and to put energy into, the more material and financial, that material security and enjoyment of values in your life. And this can really emphasize that continuously, especially with Mars going over it. So it's a great week for setting intentions with that, for motivation. Mars does naturally rule your fourth house of home and family, so maybe some new beginnings shaping up there around those areas, as well as your ninth house of travel, adventure, and philosophy also. Now, a little bit later in the week on Friday, we do have Venus sextiling up to Saturn, so more icing on the cake with these easy aspects. Venus does naturally rule your 10th house of career, of your public image and those communications. So could be some good solidifying with that, a long-term energy, which has been Saturn. Saturn recently went into your 4th house of home and family. So there's been this roots, these new structures and foundations that will be set there for over the next roughly couple of years. And in that way, this week, I think you can certainly enjoy those 4th house matters in that, mature, grounded sort of way, as well as maybe anything in the career front. So that's the emphasis. New moon is certainly the high point. Mercury going into that 3rd house, social, communicative, learning, reading, writing. Its expansion as well, really being heightened by Jupiter in the 1st house, as well as depth and self-expression, and more growth, more energy, and more enjoyment to be had with those simple pleasures of the second. So Leo, have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.